Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel Ray, and today I'd like to sit down and do a whip and chat with you. So break out whatever project you are working on at the moment. Let's catch up on the last week. Before we get into it, I am working on my custom diamond painting from Diamond Art Club. This was purchased in 2019. They no longer do customs, and I will give you my genuine thoughts on the finish of this once I do finish it. But I can kind of see why. Let's just put it that way. So anyway, I am going to work on the rest of this section while we chit chat today. I am using Creations Morin's Cereal Marshmallow Putty. And one of the things that I love about it is because it does smell really strong. So if you're not a scents person, this probably isn't for you, but I think that Creations Morin has an unscented one, but look at how cool that is. Ignore my nail marks. Hold on. Look at it. So pretty, so fun, so cool. So I have a link to them down below. This project I'm using at the moment, I'm just using this little resin pen from Diamond Art Club a long time ago. I'm using their new tray, which I love a lot. I love that tray. And then I'm using my Art Dot little zipper case container system. There's 60 bottles in this one, and I'm using that for the diamonds. Is there anything else that I can say about this project? Oh, my needle minder is actually from my shop. Y'all, by the time that you see this video, there will be an update to my shop. I have cover minders. This one is a little cat, but I also have other minders as well. This is the last of the minders I'll ever do. So definitely get one before they're gone, and help a girl out. I'm doing another destash of a buttload of paintings. Okay. I have a huge update for this video, so I would love it if you would check out my website, rachelraycraft.com. I have a link down below, and I am funding something big. So let's just start with that, because I think today's whip and chat is going to be a little bit shorter than last week, just because I've got a lot going on, and there's like, you know, when, for me anyway, summer is like the busiest season. I always have a lot of errands and a lot of socializing to do, and at the moment I'm not complaining because I love it. I love meeting people, but my crafty time has significantly diminished in the last couple months. But something that I've decided to do is to go back to school. So I was talking about this in my vlog on Patreon. I do a weekly vlog over there. It's just for patrons, because I know that a lot of people here would love to see me do a weekly vlog on the channel, but for privacy reasons, I just won't do that. I am not comfortable doing that in such a public space. So I hope that you'll understand why I don't do that. I used to do that like back in the 2008, and I had some really bad vibes. But anyway, digression. I'm going to go back to school. I am going to take a part-time university course in digital marketing. I have been thinking about this for a bit, and I would like to use it as a way to upskill. I feel like if I were to go and try to get a job right now, I really just feel like I have pigeonholed myself somewhere, and I haven't gotten any awards, any certificates. I haven't spent any time educating myself in the last 6+ years. Before I did YouTube, I was an English teacher, and so I do have lots of certificates, lots of education in teaching, but And then I have a past history in like computer stuff, but none of that is relevant anymore. Unfortunately, I did apply for a job a couple of months ago, and I didn't talk about it on the channel because I didn't want to jinx myself, but they came back to me and said I didn't have the kind of education that they needed. And that's when it kind of got in my head like, yeah, I suppose, you know, the next step for me, if I were to break out of doing something like this, would be to take a course in something that will help me. So I was looking online. I spoke to some friends of mine who are super smart and knowledgeable in these sorts of areas. And I narrowed down the courses that I wanted to try. One was in business management and one is digital marketing. And I am going to go for digital marketing. It's relevant to what I do right now. So it could help me be better at this, which is exciting. But it could also help me if for some reason this doesn't work out anymore and I need to be marketable somewhere else. So yes, I am going to use the proceeds of whatever gets sold on the website to help me pay for this course, because it's an expense that I cannot write off on my business. It's something that is personal more than, you know, directly. I feel weird about, you know, saying, oh, this is a business expense. It would be hard to prove. So I'm just asking for anybody who is interested in diamond paintings, especially for those of you who live in Europe. If you wouldn't mind taking a look at my website, I am destashing kits that I am still in love with, but I feel like for the cause, I'm willing to part with. There are multiple stores. There are kits there that I haven't seen being sold online in years. There are super rare kits, like they haven't been in production in many years. I struggle with explaining myself on this, but I really had to take a moment and go, okay, what's more important? Advancing myself, getting educated, or holding on to these kits? I've been holding on to some of them because I know how valuable they are. And before the last couple of months where everything kind of took a nosedive, I thought, you know, I will do something special with these, or I will create an event around these. And now I just recognize that maybe it's better spent on helping me find a job. I just want to say a big, huge thank you to everybody who decided to throw on a playlist in the background. Thank you all so much. I tried to look at my analytics to see if that made any difference, and I'm sure that it did. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, but I don't expect anybody to keep doing that. It's okay. It's okay. I will figure it out. I always do, but it was worth a shot, and I appreciate you all. I am just at this point where I feel, okay, let me explain myself. I am at this stage where I feel like there are a lot of people around me in my life that are going through some really tough times with their parents and things like that, having to reevaluate their life and make really hard decisions. And I mean, I've been there. But one thing that I've been thinking about, which is just my anxiety, honestly. I do suffer from anxiety, but sometimes I overthink things, or I think the worst of things, or I catastrophize. But one of the things that has been on my mind lately is what would happen to me if something happened to James. I don't think anything's going to happen, but I don't want to be in a vulnerable position. And so that has really sparked this interest in making sure that I do something that will protect me in the very, I'm sure it's not going to happen, but in the case of an emergency, if something did happen, I don't want to be forced to make a really difficult decision. I would like to be working. I would like to be able to provide, and I don't want to be scared about it. So this is going to provide me with a little bit of reassurance that, okay, well, I'm doing something, and that will help me out in the future. And I really think that it's important, especially if you are young and in the workforce and everything, that if you can, check out getting into a part-time course about something that you are, interested in, or something that could help you in the field that you already work in. And maybe do that. Just, as a person who I usually get really comfortable in my jobs and I don't think about these things, but depending on where you live, you might be changing jobs every 7 years or so. It certainly was like that when I lived in the States for me. So it's just something to think on, and that's where my mind has been. So if you're interested, I have a link, or you can just visit rachelraycraft.com. It is my personal website where I destash diamond paintings. I do need to pay, it's €1,500, so €1,500 for this course. And I'm hoping that I can raise this money before the course starts on is it the 5th of September? I have to have my application in by the end of August. So I would love it if you would check it out. I don't want to pressure anybody to buy something that they can't afford, or put somebody in a position where, they would go, just don't put yourself in a weird financial position or anything. But if you can't purchase and you know somebody that's looking for one of those paintings, please send them my way. On the paintings that are significantly more expensive, there's free shipping. I am going to pay the shipping on those, so please don't worry about that. Just look in the description and you'll get all the details. So that is the big thing. I really want to go back to school and get the skill to be able to work in the climate that we now live in, as far as, online creation, how to market myself. I've never learned that. I feel like I just got really lucky, and I thank you all for being so amazing, and watching my videos and everything. Genuinely, I would not be anywhere without y'all, so thank you. I feel as though it's just been a long time coming. I don't want to go back into teaching English as a second language. It's not really interesting to me anymore. I would love to keep doing this for as long as I can. I think learning how to do it properly would make it a lot easier, because right now I feel like I'm dragging every week, And I look around me and I see other people and I'm like, how are they not like collapsing from how much work they're doing? I just think they're working smarter. They have the know-how, you know? So yeah, that is the big update of me, what's going on, and why I'm having a massive destash right now. If you are a supporter on Patreon, you will have if you're a paid supporter on Patreon, I've given you a coupon code to save you a little extra as a way of saying thank you for your financial support. And I just want to say a huge shout out to those of you who have been supporting me for the years now. Thank you. You have no idea. It's been a wild ride, y'all. As far as Luna goes, Luna is doing perfect. She got her stitches out. She's feeling rambunctious and full of energy, and I'm so glad that she healed fine and there wasn't any problem, because I was a little bit worried. It took nearly 3 weeks for her, wound where the stitches were to heal, which it just really concerned me that she wasn't healing very quickly. Of course, I thought the worst. I thought that maybe the infection hadn't gone away completely or something like that. But the vet just told me, sometimes it takes certain dogs longer to heal. Maybe it was just because she was like jumping up on things when you weren't around. We won't really know, but she is doing much better. She is much the same as before. So, she's still barking at cars all the time that pass by and people walking past the house. So that didn't change at all. But a really good thing is that the dogs that were following her around all the time, that were coming into our yard and hanging out all afternoon, they've gone. They no longer smell her, so they're no longer interested, and it means I don't have to pick up dog poo that isn't hers from my yard from all of these wandering dogs. I just really wish that if people had, if they have dogs that are sent outside, or in this case, this particular one particular terrier dog, he's outside all day, like sun up to sunset, right? I don't know if his owner goes away for work. Number 12 is next. I don't know if his owner goes away for work during the day. Sorry, crinkle, crinkle. Nope, that's 9:06. Hang on, I'm gonna pause. All right. Yeah, I don't know if his owner goes away during the day, all day. I don't know, but it was getting to the point where I was like, I need to put a note on this dog or something. And then in the end, I'm just really glad that we went with the decision to take her in, because if we hadn't, we wouldn't have known about the cancer. So she's doing fine. She's much, much better now that everything is taken out. And I haven't heard anything about the foster kitten, sadly. No updates on that front. I didn't think I would, considering I asked them to take the kitten from me. But I'm just hoping that he's doing well and that he got the care that he needed. And I'm gonna believe that he is okay and that nothing happened, because the opposite of that would actually break my heart. considering how much I wanted him to survive. You know what I mean? So I don't know for sure, but I'm going to try to think of it as, yes, he did, and he's fine and good and finding a home. Do you know what I mean? It brings me back to Korea. I don't know if I told this story before. So a long time ago, when I lived in South Korea, James and I had been dating for a little while, and we had gone out to dinner. And was it when we came back? Yeah, it was when we were coming back, and we were going up the stairwell to his apartment, and there was a woman on one of the landings, and she was crying. She had a box, and she was crying, and I saw in the box, I was like, are you okay? Very concerned for her. That's a very unusual thing to happen. In the box was like, I think four or five kittens, and they were covered in maggots. It was awful. It was absolutely just heart-wrenching. She was crying. She was sobbing. And she had, what did she have? Oh no, she went and got that later. Okay, let me get my story straight. This is a long time ago. She was upset because obviously she'd found these kittens. They're in very, very bad condition and they need help. Then she said to us, like, you know, what do I do? My parents won't let me take care of these animals, and I just don't know what to do. And I was like, well, I'm a foreigner. I don't know who to call, but you know, if there's like a vet or a pet supply store, maybe you can get some formula or something. In the end, she did get cat formula. She came back to us and she begged us to take care of these kittens. So we took them in, but there was really nothing we could do. They were, within an hour or two, they were passing away. It was really horrible because, you know, we were kind of thrust into that situation, and we were not prepared for it. We didn't have anything that we could do. And it was nighttime, and we were strangers in the country and just didn't know how to navigate the system or who to ask or what to do. And it was the weekend as well, so we couldn't ask our coworkers, which is something that you would usually your first protocol, right? So the next morning, I think we texted her and said, I'm really sorry, but those kittens did not make the night. She found them on the corner of the street in a box in that condition. So that was awful. And she was very upset when we texted her, but James and one of his co-workers went out and buried them. Because again, like, what do you do in that situation? We had no idea. It was a Sunday. Like, you know, what are you going to do? And she came back, I think it was later that evening. She left a little bag in front of James's door, and I think she rang the doorbell and like ran away. I think she was just really embarrassed, possibly. But anyway, I don't want to speculate, but anyway, she left us a gift bag, you know, like some little bits of pastry, and I don't remember what all was in it, and a note. She left a note, and she was saying how thankful she was, and she was sorry, and it was, you know, that was very sweet, but it was so upsetting. So if you've ever been through something similar, I think you'd understand like how surprising it was to find a kitten. And the kitten that I found was in relatively good condition compared to the ones that I had been given all those years ago. And I genuinely think that he's doing so much better now. And I have to hope for the best, because the alternative is just, it's very painful. And the animals don't deserve that, you know. I don't know what happened. I can't say what happened. I just don't know. It's horrible, because kittens are like, cats have kittens quite often. And so if they're not fixed, if they're not neutered, they can really overrun areas relatively quickly. It doesn't take long at all. And they don't have any kind of like protections like humans do against incest and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it can explode really quickly. And cats are like euthanized so often. I just feel really, really bad, you know? So anyway, I just wanted to do everything that I could to take care of that cat. Is there only one of these? Yeah. So, all right, back to the diamond painting. So to this diamond painting, I have struggled with wanting to pull this out lately because it is just so confetti heavy. It could be worse, you know, it could always be worse, but it's very close to being finished now. So after this section, I have 4 sections left. As you can see, the one to the right and the 3 at the bottom. And then we are finished with this diamond painting. I have had this as a WIP since the Ticket to Ride event, so not too long that I've had this out, but I haven't really focused on it much. So I'm doing my best to focus on it now and to get a finish on it as quick as possible, and putting aside my other diamond paintings in order to do that, just temporarily, because I have other paintings that I want to work on. So I need to get it done. I need to push through my feelings. I don't know if I'm alone in this, but you know, the paintings that are really sentimental to me are typically the ones that are the hardest to do. So yeah, we'll see. But the symbols on this one, they used some really odd symbols, and also they can be hard to see. So I'm not using it right now, but I usually use a light pad with this one. I don't like to use a light pad when I'm filming though, because I find that it changes the quality of the video, and I don't want y'all to suffer. But yeah, I have to use a light pad with this one because, like, I don't know if you can tell. You can't even see them. There's a V and a 1, and the 1 is super hard to read. But they've really improved on their symbols since these. And I actually just filmed a video, you're going to see it soon, a comparison video of a Diamond Art Club from 2018 when they first started. Literally the second painting I ever purchased from them. And then one from 2022, which is their current quality. As far as I can tell, nothing has really changed since 2022, except for, you know, they've upgraded the toolkit and stuff, but I mean, the canvas and the symbols are pretty much the same. I was actually watching Katie, Diamonds and Washi. I was watching Katie's WIPNCHAT video, and just earlier today, She was kitting up Universe in a Jar, I think, or was it Celestial something? A Randall Spangler. It came out, she bought it in 2020, and it had symbols that were blank. They were just colors with no symbol inside of it. I remember when that happened, and I actually really liked that. But that was a very short-lived thing. They took that out pretty quickly. But I do remember when that was a thing, very briefly in 2020. There was no actual symbol behind the square. It was just color. So that's probably going to be really fun to work on. But yeah, I would like to get these older kits done. I've got a couple that I've been saving and that I am hanging on to because I really one day really want to get them completed. But the ones that I've added to my shop are the ones I feel like I could live with letting go of. It's just really, it's really sad because I had already narrowed them down, but now I'm like, I have something that I need to do, you know, this is a need. I have to get this done. It'll make everything better. I hope. Who knows? It could be a flop too. I don't know, but yeah, the last time that I did an educational course was in 2017. It's been too long since I've spent some time upskilling myself and learning something new. This is completely new. This is, I do have some experience, but I'm going to be learning all new things, like how to actually use social media in the way that other creators do. I'm just so curious. I'm so curious, especially as someone who I consider myself to be allergic to social media. I'll be honest. I just want to learn some skills to make it easier and to help me understand, what does all this mean? I would love to be able to do what I do without social media, but I know that it's just not, it's not the way it works. L is 8. So we'll see. But yeah, that is the biggest thing right now. My friends from New York are here. I met them through James. So he went to school with the guy. I don't want to share their names in case they want to be private. I didn't ask for their permission, so I shouldn't say their names. But they came over, and I think they're leaving Thursday afternoon, so we don't have much time. Hopefully we can see them again today. But it's just been a blast seeing them and hanging out, and also they have a daughter who is 10 now, and she is so cool. I've really enjoyed like talking with her and, you know, getting to know what she's interested in and seeing how similar kids are now to when I was growing up. I feel like, you know, I don't know, auntie vibes are coming out of me now. I've always enjoyed being an aunt to other people's kids, you know, even when I'm not a biological aunt. And it's very fulfilling being able to like try to mentor and guide the younger generation and to, you know, help them understand that they're not alone and what they're feeling is totally okay and they shouldn't be afraid. They can talk to adults about these things, because when I was a kid, I was not allowed to talk about things, and that was really, really harmful. So yeah, I've really enjoyed them being here, and I'll be very sad to see them go. Also, tomorrow there's someone coming from Cork that's going to be visiting us, which is really exciting. And then is it next? Yeah, next weekend, not this coming weekend, but the next weekend, our friends from Toronto are coming. We actually saw them when we were on our trip. We stayed with them for a night, and they decided while we were there to come over. They were like, you know what, we haven't been to Ireland in a while. We'll make a trip right now. It was so funny. So we're excited. They're going to stay with us for a couple of days, and we're going to go out to the Skellig Islands, which is super exciting. The Skellig Islands are where, do you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna add a picture. I'm gonna stop the thing so I can add a picture. Okay, so there's a picture now. The Skellig Islands are a group of volcanic islands, which were occupied by monks way back in the day, and as kind of like a monastic settlement for meditation, reflection, religious purposes, obviously. And it's about, I think, is it 2 kilometers off the coast, off the southwest coast of Ireland. And I have been there before. It is magical. I really hope that we get the weather to get onto the island, but it's possible that we can't. I really hope we do. It's also the place where they filmed those scenes in Star Wars where Rey was getting trained by Luke Skywalker, the older Luke Skywalker, and there were all the porgs. The fun fact about the porgs is that because there are so many puffins on Skellig Michael, that they could not edit them out, so they had to create CGI characters as these bird-shaped things to go over all of the puffins that actually live on the island during the summer. So yeah, it's gonna be great. It's you know, depending on the weather, sometimes you can really feel like you're put in the shoes of someone who's traveling there back in the day. But we'll see. Oh wait, I thought I saw another one. Any more? No. It usually takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours to get out there, depending on the weather. Again, we could get lucky, but last time we went out, the first time we went out, it was, let me get another color here, 22. There was a swell that happened. So coming back from the island, it was incredibly like wavy in the water, so everybody got sick. It was awful. I'm not a person who normally gets sick in water, but if you come to Ireland, first of all, you need to contact me. We'll have to go for a coffee. I live on the Ring of Kerry, but so it's like the destination spot for a lot of people. So just give me a heads up. But you should definitely come and check out the Skelligs if you have the time. It would be, it's a trip of a lifetime. You'll never get that anywhere else. Next color is 11. But yeah, Ireland is beautiful in general anyway. But some places just, they're unreal. You know, it's like being in a fantasy book. It's like being in Lord of the Rings almost. Just very fun. I would just make sure that you expect all weather. in the summer, because some days are blistering hot, and then some days are so rainy. You'll need lots of layers. Like today, we're getting the tail end of Ernesto today, hurricane in the Atlantic. So we keep getting these really big bursts of wind. It's not as bad rain-wise as it was a couple days ago, but oh my gosh, a couple nights ago, I was just sitting there watching something on TV. I can't remember what it was. Oh, wait, was it called Alexander? It's on Netflix. It's just one of those reenactment documentaries. Meh, it's okay. But I had it on in the background because I was cross-stitching for once. And all of a sudden, wind hit the house. It was shaking the house. I was like, what is going on? It was super loud. Worse than, like, maybe not worse than, but definitely sounded like a winter storm. The big storms that we would get. There was one a couple years ago named, is it Barry, or started with a B? Anyway, the one that happened a couple years ago, I mean, there were trees down, power lines, the whole lot. And the wind was so strong that I had to go around and, like, I have windows cracked in the house to get some airflow. And, you can't completely shut off a house unless, I'll come back to that. We can't completely shut off the house anyway, as it stands right now. So I have a couple windows cracked, and, like, the wind whipped through these windows and was, like, making doors shudder and everything. I was like, whoa, what's going on? This is crazy. All of a sudden, just out of nowhere, it was perfectly calm before that. Perfectly calm before that. And then all of a sudden, it's like the house was haunted or something. We were having, like, some kind of haunting, or I don't know. It was insane. So but just to bring that back around, so part of the renovation that they'll be doing, which at this very moment, so just to catch you up, we are renovating the home that we were given, we were inherited, because it's not very, it's not up to date. Okay. It's not energy. I'm losing words now. It's not energy efficient. It's not watertight. There are a lot of problems in different areas of the home. But with the new heat pump, they will be adding these, like, vents. And they asked us, do you want, like, the ones where you open them, or do you want motorized ones? I was like, I'm motorized. Please do not make me remember when I need to open and close a vent, because I won't. I will forget, or I'll forget that it's open. Just one less thing. Please make it automatic. It's probably not even going to be that much energy usage to make it automatic. Please do that. So one less thing to worry about, thankfully. And the people that are coming to do the assessment of what our energy level currently is, they said it might be another few weeks before someone is available to do it. I'm just really eager for them to get started because, the sooner the better. Really, the sooner the better. But again, we shall see. We shall see. So that's everything that's really going on around here. Just trying to, we're sad that the summer is winding up, or wrapping up, sorry, because it means that, our friends are leaving, It's back to the winter now, here in a little bit. Back to, well, for me, I'm happy that it's back to crafting time. Like, I would love to go back to being my little hermit self and staying home and cross-stitching every night. But that is not what summer is for. Summer in South Carey is not about staying in. It's always about going out. But yeah, getting back to the gym, starting this course, hopefully they accept me, and just getting involved in more things, because one of the things that this course could do for me, one of the jobs that could be there, is that my town needs a social media manager. And that is something that they're considering making a job application for. It would be really an honor to do that. So if I can get myself the skills, because I have the relevant experience, but I don't have the skills on paper, and I would like to really know what I'm at before I get involved at that level. But can you imagine? Like, that would be incredible. It would be a really good feeling knowing that I was helping my immediate area as well. So yeah, it's been weighing on my mind for a while now. Like I said before, I really want to be in a position where if something ever did happen, I would have something to fall back on. And as it stands right now, I do not feel secure in that way. So I think going back, getting this award would be majorly beneficial to me and to my family. So yeah, that was a lot of me talking about that. So sorry if that was a bit boring, but that is it for me today, y'all. I only have a few stray singular colors to put down, and then this section is done. Thank you for sitting with me, for helping me get through another section, yet again, of this painting. If you have any questions or comments or anything, please leave them down below. More than happy to look through and help answer them. But I just want to tell you that I appreciate you being here and watching my videos at the very, very least. Thank you for that. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video. It's the best way that you can help for free. And I appreciate you sitting down listening to me every week talk about the most random things. I hope that you have a wonderful day and a wonderful rest of your week. And I will see you soon in my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.